Happy Friday and welcome back to the Dennis Herrera Show. Hopefully everything it's actually working properly. Thank you guys for waiting for me patiently. I appreciate that. Man, I got some things to cover up, but I guess we'll wait for some other people to actually get tuned in. Can't wait to have these people come in here and ask me the questions about stolen land. Man, stolen land, the leftist libtards say. But I'm going to tell you something, man. I'm a guy that likes to do
Imagine
research.
being able to build
Oh, hold
anything.
on.
Just
Sorry about that. Again, research. And, I find information interesting. Now, even like history, right? I love history. Information is very interesting. But what's more interesting or more curious to me is why do people just don't have common sense? Why can't people just put A and B together to see a better result, to try to understand what the hell it is that we are looking into? If you guys allow me a second, I need to open up a different browser so I can monitor your chat. There we go. Fantastic. Ender, good morning, Ender. It looks like you are first in line today. Man, what a shame. All these Americans are put to shame by a person from on the other side of the hemisphere. My my brother Robert, how are you? Good morning. Green Substance is ready to go. Rush Babe, good morning, Big Sis. Well, not Big Sis, just Sis. Rush Babe is a young mother. She's a young mother. We don't disclose women's age here too much. Let's see, who else do we have in here? Let's see. My man is not here yet. Oh, never mind. There he is. My man. That's right. I've been looking for this guy, man. Every day. I know you at work, going to work or doing something there, man. I appreciate you guys being here. Thank you so much for being here. Even my troll, Javier Hernandez, first in line over here, man. This guy really likes the Dennis Herrera show. I'm gonna tell you something, man. We don't have that much audience, but people love the Dennis Herrera show. Something about it. I don't know what it is. It's just something about it that people love. We're coming up in the world, I guess, is what we're doing. Javier Hernandez says he's the biggest hypocrite. You are the biggest hypocrite, but don't worry, we still love you. That somebody came in here and put a little fake comment, because I never say this about the police, but Maxime says Dennis was absolutely right. I never said this. The police need to have better training with mental people. I never said that. As well as understand what the mental person needs. Never said that either. But since it was brought up, I guess the reason why they put that comment on there is so that I can say something about it. Well, I'm gonna tell you something, man. If somebody has mental problems, who do we blame? Who do we blame for mental problems? Do we blame the relatives? Do we blame the mental person? I mean, if you are a menace to society, you shouldn't be out there free. You should be in jail, in an asylum, or your family should be taking better care of you. If you have a mental problem, and you know somebody has mental problems, nobody's a psychic. Police officers get shot all the time. It wouldn't be fair for me to say if somebody's coming at me with a knife, I am not going to try to be the psychiatrist and say, oh my God, maybe this person has an issue with mental disorders. Oh, you know what? He's about to stab me, probably chop my head off with a machete, But let me see what I can do to try to de-escalate this guy. Hey, stop it! I'm gonna shoot! I'm gonna shoot! Never mind. I just lost my arm trying to assess the situation. It doesn't work like that. If people have mental issues, again, they shouldn't be on the streets. If you are a menace to society, you shouldn't be out in the streets. I'm just hey, let's hey, the comment was put there, Robert. Common sense isn't so common anymore. $5 for the coffee fund. I appreciate it, brother. Oh my! Oh, speaking of the coffee fund, bro, I forgot my creamer again. So I've been struggling with this. Let's forget about these comments. I'm sorry, buddy. It is what it is. It's no. It is what it is about the police. I know that you didn't want me to. That's not probably not what you wanted to hear from me, but that's what I think about it. Okay. Sure. Gay. Listen. So anyway, I have been having a problem here in Washington State where you have to make an appointment. You have to make an appointment to be able to go to the DMV now. Remember, it used to be first come, first serve, right? If you don't have access to a computer, SOL. I know, right? Today, in today's age, who doesn't have access, right? So anyway, I've been struggling for a week and a half now, to get an appointment to get into the DMV so that I can renew my license. For some reason, I can't renew it online. So it's okay. I don't mind. Probably want to verify that that is me. So I need to make sure that I take my passport, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to take advantage that I have to get a new license, and hopefully I can actually get my enhanced license. And I think that the enhanced license will show my citizenship here of the United States of America. So I'm going to take with me my passport just to make sure that we get that done. And if they don't, if they don't have time for that shit, then I'll just renew my license and be a happy camper and just be happy with it. Let's see. So this, what the shitty thing is about it is the driver department of DLM. I don't know. Shit, when you get your license, your driver's license. I know it's horrible. It's driver's license something, and then the DMV as well. So I guess either way is gonna make sense. But the DMV is for the tabs on the car, and then the DL is for your driver's license. What do you call it? DL driver's license. I don't know. I forgot what it is. I thought it was DMV for both, but anyway. My English is so perfect, guys. It's what I do. What do you call the department for the renewing your license, to get your license and all that stuff? What do you call that? DL something? Let's see. You know what I'm going to do is this. Yeah, you know what? You know what I'm saying. I'm having a little Biden moment on that, I guess. But you know what I'm saying, right? Is that the driver's license department. So with that being said, did you know that that the Mexican president is trying to sue the United States of America for the death of the illegal immigrants that died during the detainment at ICE? You can't make this up, man. You can't make this up. Listen, these communist Democrats who are working with the Mexicans and every other communist in Latin America, these people, bruh, I don't know what to tell you about these people, man. These people they are fucking nuts. There's no other way to put it. But the Mexican president is suing the United States of America for the illegal immigrants that died during ICE custody. You just can't make that up. You know what's funny is that when they were doing all those riots, right? Destroying California and raising all the Mexican flags, and all these illegal immigrants and their anchor babies and stuff that don't appreciate this country. When they were doing all that commotion and all that stuff over there, you know what she said? We stand with our Latino brothers. We stand with you. Let your voices be heard. That bitch. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. What happened? Why did Max get blocked? What did he do? Let me check the activity here real quick. Was he spamming? Free the seeds of life. I have no idea what that means. I don't know why you got blocked, brother, but that's my moderators. They have a reason. Sometimes they have better understanding than I do. The Islamic Republic of Japan. Yes, we get it. That nice gaff. But you know what's not a gaff? Muslims yelling on the streets of New York. The Islamic Republic of Yorkistan. Yeah, go make fun of that. Yeah, go make fun of that, you moron. But you know what? Nice intent of a joke. I appreciate jokes, even if it's making fun of me. If the joke is good, I'm going to laugh. If the joke is just hateful, then you're asked out and you're not going to be welcome in this chat. Oh, fantastic, phenomenal patriots that like to come and join us as much as foreigners like Ender. I know Scott Byrne is my Canadian friend, and there's a couple of Canadians that come and visit us. A couple of people from the UK. We got some Australians. We got some Portuguese. We got some Brazilians. We got Southern Americans. We got some Mexicans, and some of them are good, some of them are bad. It is what it is. It's a little mix of everything. A little bit mix of everything. But check this out. They are suing, right? They're suing the United States of America for the deaths of those illegal immigrants that were detained, that died under ICE detainment. Now, you guys already know that the people that died in ICE, custody, a lot of them were, they were dependent on drugs, on medicines. They were sick. They were given health care and everything. But listen, that's not our responsibility. I believe that ICE has been, doing the best that they can with people. But you got to know, especially if you have a condition, don't fucking come to this country illegally. For Pete's sakes, you are putting yourself in that position. The message should be, this is what happens when you come to this country illegally. No, we're going to go ahead and sue you. Everybody, come to this country illegally. And if something happens to you, we're going to sue the United States of America. Right. No. How about no? How about we give you the finger and you stop coming here illegally? Oh, man, that was good. That was good right there. I'm telling you, man, that's good. See, speaking of the devil, Scott Byrne in the house, he heard me. He heard me all the way down from Seattle all the way up to Canada. I don't know why it's up. I just think north always feels like you're going up. Oh, man, you know what I'm saying? It's the stupidity of it. It just doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense. And check this out. Not only are they suing for the detainees. You ready for this? Here we go. You ready? They are also suing for ICE agents, federal agents, shooting an illegal immigrant that tried to run them over with the vehicle. That's right. That's right. So she didn't, address, oh, my God, they shouldn't try to run people over. Oh, he shouldn't be there illegally. Oh, well, he shouldn't be a criminal. They didn't say shit. They're suing us because those people died while being deported. Again, you get the bird. And the message, don't come here illegally. Your life might be in danger. Don't come here illegally. Period. You know what we should do? We should countersue. Yeah. If they can sue us, it's our taxpayer dollars, remember that. If they can sue us for illegal immigrants dying while we're giving them free health care, we can countersue Mexico by all those millions of illegal immigrants that came through the southern border. Yeah, that's right. I said it. We should countersue. We should countersue the Mexican president for all the illegal immigrants that have come to this country and have killed thousands of American citizens. How about that, Claudia Sheinbaum? Common sense, ain't it? This low IQ people, they think they're so smart. But they are just so smart compared to the dumb, low IQ people that vote for them. That's right, I said it. Just saying. I'm just saying. If they can sue us for illegal immigrants dying while we are giving them free health care, we can absolutely 1,000% sue the Mexican government and the country for all of the illegal immigrants they allowed to come through the through their northern border, our southern border, and killed thousands of Americans. Let's not even forget about all the fentanyl that they allowed to come in from China through Mexico that killed 800,000+ Americans. How about that? How about we sue them for all the deaths that have been caused by the incompetence of the Mexican government? Oh, man, I'll tell you what, man, you can't beat that one, bro. Bring up your sources, bud. Shiny, where the fuck do you live in? Huh? It's a serious question. How fucking stupid do you have to be to ask me that question? Unless you don't live in the United States, I forgive you. But don't ask stupid questions. This guy, bro. Yeah, it used to be 300 billion. Now it's 350 billion? Uh-huh. Yeah, okay. Sure. Right. This is why illegal immigrants are receiving, hundreds of thousands of illegal immigrants are getting free housing. Let's do some tax here. Let's bring some issues up. We have a housing problem. Tell me, how do millions of illegal immigrants help our housing problems? Go ahead, Joe. It is Friday. Your turn. Yeah. Sure. Uh-huh. Yeah. So how do you know? How do you know that they attribute $350 billion? Huh? Oh, I got some questions going to blow your mind. So, how are they? How do you know that they're paying $350 billion? Are they paying taxes? Answer that first. I'll let you. I'll let you get a chance. I'll let you get a chance because I'm feeling generous this Friday. I'm excited that I get to go renew my license. I was so pissed about that. I can't wait to go renew my license. Anyway, go ahead. Tell me, how do you know that they are paying $350 billion? I like this. Undocumented immigrants generate approximately $350 billion in gross annual costs while contributing roughly $59 billion in taxes. How do you know that they pay taxes? Now we're talking about illegal immigrants, right? Yeah, housebudgetcommittee.gov. Okay. If they pay taxes, they can claim taxes. They have to report it. And when you report your taxes, if you fall under a certain bracket, there is a tax refund. With that being said, fuck that committee. It's probably full of illegal immigrants anyway. Let me give you some numbers. Just one time. I'm going to give you some numbers. You say illegal immigrants, undocumented. You are such a leftist. Illegal immigrants give about $350 billion. Fantastic. Fantastic. You know what? Bullshit. Joe, do you believe that committee? You know how full of shit they are? What, do they go around asking people, are you illegal? How do they know? We got millions of tourists, a lot of visitors. You look at your stats, you look at your data. I use common sense. Do they go around and asking you before you buy a soda, hey, I need to get some Tylenol. I need to get some Tylenol. Are you legal? No, I'm illegal. Okay, thank you for telling me. Yeah, how do they do that? Huh? Sales tax? Really? Really? You're going to tell me that illegal immigrants are actually tracked? It's so full of shit. Anyways, you're saying that because somebody told you that and it makes sense to you, right? Okay, well, here, let this make sense. Are you ready? Are you ready? Oh, this is going to blow your mind right here. See, the first thing that they tell you, Rush, be gentle. The first thing that I'm going to tell you is this. All right, let's say 22 million illegal immigrants, right, are giving us $350 billion. Okay, all right. I don't know where you get that from or how they got that number, but okay, let's say that that's the number, right? Okay. When a family does taxes, every year we do our taxes. A lot of these people come over here and make anchor babies. You know this. A family of four with an income of about $35,000 to $40,000 a year pay approximately $2,800 in taxes. Okay? $2,800 in taxes. A family of four at an income of $35,000 to $40,000. Do you know how much they get back in tax returns? $10,000. So they're not giving anything. Sure, you can go ahead and say that $350 billion, which I think is bullshit, but you know, whatever. You can say that. But when they're paying taxes, you're paying $2,800, let's say $3,000 in taxes, and you're getting $10,000 back. Guess what that means? They didn't pay $3,000 in taxes, did they? They took $7,000 in taxes. Go ahead. Go play with those numbers and then figure it out if you still want to support Democrats. If you're an illegal immigrant, I get it. You know, you're supporting your illegal criminals. I support my people, all Hispanics that come to this country, respecting the law. You know what I'm saying? Those who earn their living. Those who come in here and respect my countrymen. Those who come here respecting the United States of America, acknowledging that this is the greatest country on earth, and this is why they're here. Those Hispanics that come here that are legal and love this country, that's my people. Now, you protect criminals. Makes you a criminal. That's your choice. I make my choice. With that being said, isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy how that works? Now, I can tell you in remittances, well, let's take a look. Because the last check that I did was for 2025. But let's check this year. Let's see. 2026. Let's see. To Mexico. Let's just go with Mexico first. Here we go. So far, the first 5 months of the 2026, Mexico has gained $27 billion from Mexican migrants in this country. That's fantastic. That's great. $27 billion to Mexico. That sounds very good to me. Maybe those $27 billion could have been a lot of help in the United States of America. Right. With that being said, let's say, let me go ahead and get our next stat. And then let me go ahead and put Honduras. Honduras, here we go. Here we go. Honduras has made so far, in the last 4 months, we have made about $4 billion. Now, these are remittances being sent to Honduras from Hondurans that are here in the United States of America. Now, what I will say is that it doesn't tell me if they're illegal or, legal migrants. What I can tell you is that the previous president in Honduras, she was a communist. She was the one that acknowledged that Nicolás Maduro was a legitimate president in Venezuela, which the president before her, whom they accused of being a communist, which is by far like us. He's not a communist at all. They made a coup and make him look like the bad guy. Now, this is what's interesting. Now, whether you believe me or not is irrelevant. But this is what I've seen in Honduras. I think it's time that I visit this. It's time that I revisit. The president of Honduras was pardoned by President Trump. Let me tell you why. First of all, the lie or the smear that the Democrats love to give. The smear that they made was that Orlando Hernandez, Orlando Hernandez, Joe, J-O-H, Joe, the president of Honduras, he was in bed with the communist Nicolás Maduro, and they were trafficking drugs from Venezuela through Honduras to the United States of America. Now pay attention now, because you're not going to get to hear this too often. Joe was working hand in hand. Check this out. Joe was working hand in hand with the Biden administration. It's no joke. With the Biden administration. Funny how Biden's policy was open border. Funny how airhead Kamala, drunk Harris, didn't secure the border. Huh. Hey, Scott, I see you, baby. Joe didn't recognize Nicolás Maduro as a legitimate president. And this is the reason why he became president. When he was Speaker of the House, there was a general that shot down 3 small planes. Allegedly were full of drugs coming from Venezuela. The president, the husband of the communist president that set him up, it's confusing, but I know the facts. That husband of the communist president fired the general for destroying those 3 small planes full of drugs, allegedly. So Joe gets pissed off and he says, wait a minute. How are you going to fire a general patriot for protecting the Honduran people from this cartel from Venezuela? And most importantly, you allow them to take these drugs all the way to the United States of America. Do you know what the news said to the people? That Juan Orlando said that he was going to put that cocaine right into the Americans' noses, which was a lie. Joe is a Christian man. Not perfect. Nonetheless, he's a Christian man. So what happens? The smear begins to work. The communist runner-up for president, the one that was running against Joe, she was making deals with Nicolas Maduro, who is in jail here in the United States right now. So what do? Well, they pin everything on the guy that they want to get rid of. You remember when the Democrats were trying to pin everything on Trump and try to put him in jail? They've been fighting for years to put Trump in jail with all kinds of lies, false testimonies, and all this fake information and fake lie. Man, it's just all these things that they tried with President Trump but failed. They did with the president of Honduras. But it worked. You know why? Because Biden was in office. That's right. That's right. The president of Honduras was so excited because the United States of America was helping him. Shut the hell up, Swiss. You don't know shit. So the president of Honduras is happy, and all of a sudden, Garland goes on national TV and pins him as a drug lord. You go ahead and do your research. And Joe, the president of Honduras, was surprised. He's like, wait a minute. What do you, wait a minute. What do you mean? You have all the intel that I have. We've been working together on this. And then the person that was running for vice president, with this communist, the wife of the husband that fired the general that made Juan Orlando, the Speaker of the House, run for president, which he won twice. The wife of the guy that was fucking Honduras up in the United States of America, she made a lie against the president that was cleaning up Honduras. As a matter of fact, there is a historical route flight from Venezuela before Orlando was in office. All the small planes were going right through Honduras all the way to the United States of America. When Juan Orlando put a stop to that shit, nobody was going through Honduras. And they started coming in through the ocean. Oh, it's glorious. Oh, you don't understand. The sparks that just light up my brain is so fantastic to have common sense that just kicks in. You can't make this up to fit so perfectly. You just can't. So Garland blames the president of Honduras as this drug lord, blah, blah, blah. Puts his ass in jail. What happens? As soon as he goes to jail, the communists, the wife of the president that fired the patriot general of Honduras, she has the vice president say, you go in and you tell them that you have all this proof and lie and say that he was involved. And you know what? He ran a whole campaign. I got thousands of documents of proof. We have so much proof that he is dirty. We have all this proof. And it reminded me of Shifty Shift, pencil neck, big-ass watermelon head Shift. Oh, we got all this proof. Russia. Oh, we got this proof. President Trump is going to be going to jail for a very long time. Shut the hell up. Did you see how the stories match? And guess what happened? In the United States, the shift didn't have shit. And the Democrats don't say nothing about it. They say nothing. Quiet. Silent. They don't go, they keep saying, oh, where's the Epstein file? How about the Russia collusion proof? Yeah, they shut up about that, didn't they? And guess what happened in Honduras? As soon as they became president and vice president, oh, there's no proof? My bad. The exact same playbook. The exact same playbook. The Honduras president stopped cartel drugs from Venezuela, using Honduras as a pit. And they're forced to go through the Atlantic Ocean. This is beautiful right here. President Trump said, Juan Orlando, what's going on with Juan Orlando? Somebody came and talked to him, and they said, well, President Trump, this, and that happened. Pardon the guy. He pardoned him. That's right, he pardoned him. And Democrats, oh, how can he pardon a drug lord and call Nicolas Maduro a drug lord and put him in jail? Shut the hell up, you dumbass motherfuckers. You think we don't pay attention? Check this out. So he pardons the president of Honduras. Now, the president of Honduras doesn't go back to Honduras because they threaten his life, his family's life. This is what these communist Democrats do. What do Democrats do on this side? They get mad at President Trump for taking out drug boats. Oh, right, fishing boats. They only happen to have, hundreds of kilos of cocaine, but that, they're fishermen. They catch the fish with cocaine. Don't you guys know? And so Trump goes, boom, 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 boom. Nicolas Maduro is losing money. His drug money is gone. Oil's not doing so good. Poverty levels rise even higher in Venezuela. They can't come through Honduras anymore until they got rid of the president of Honduras. The president left a lot of good leaders back there. Now, let me be clear. Honduras is in a shithole right now because of the government. But we'll probably get into it later. Okay? The communist president that took over his position, the one that set him up, the one that grabbed the vice president, that said that he had all of this proof, and then at the end of the day, he didn't have shit on him. Okay? Here's two things that I'm going to tell you. That president didn't give a shit about the vice president. Once she became president, she threw him to the curb. Okay? And that's the first thing. The second thing is she acknowledged, she announced that Nicolas Maduro was a legitimate president, putting about all of those over 20 million people, 20 million Venezuelans out in the shithole, and allowed the communists to continue to control the people. Number three, the vice president that lied about having all this proof against President Juan Orlando Hernandez. Now he's lying about a mayor of the town where I'm from. And he's making all of these lies and just slander him. Right? False testimonies against him and doing this and that. And you know what the guy says? You know what? Any day, any time, any podcast, any news outlet, any legacy media, anywhere you want to go, I want you to bring proof of everything you're saying against me, raising all this false testimony because I am a man for the people. Bring it on, bitch. You know what? Oh, he's quiet now. Yeah, that's what Democrats do. You know what? Because these Democrats that we have, they're no longer American Democrats. They're communists. And we know how we feel about commies in this country. We don't want them. No communist. Therefore, you should say no to socialist Democrats because that's exactly what they are. They're communists. You don't believe me? You haven't been paying attention then. If you haven't been paying attention, if you don't know shit about New York, you have not been paying attention. See, they have polluted the truth of communism with a fake religion, with the rise of Islam in New York. That's why a lot of people don't see it. You know, it's crazy to me that even people that are against, people are so shallow. Even people that are against Mondani, all these women, Asian, Japanese, all these women, every single one of them. Oh, he just got this beautiful smile. Shut the hell up. You're so fucking shallow. Let me tell you something. True story. I know you look at this ugly face and you think this guy didn't have no game. But let me tell you something. I have dated models and I haven't touched them. I didn't touch them. You know why? Because, man, they were so beautiful on the outside. But inside, they were so ugly that made all that external beauty unattractive. I know you don't believe me, but it's the truth. I like to see people from the inside. Yeah, the outside, you got to be some sort of attractive to them. I get that. But the inside is what makes people really beautiful. And so, no, I can't look at a person that people think, oh, my God, so beautiful, so handsome. But if you know they're evil, you can't even say that shit. You see what I'm saying? Some people are so shallow. They're so shallow. Unbelievable. But it happens. It happens. It is what it is. I'm laughing because I had our favorite clip from The Eagle Has Landed with Joe Biden still saved up on here. We'll probably play it later. All right, I want to know who in here believes that we live in stolen land. Oh, man, I got something. Oh, boy. Does anybody on the chat believe that we live on stolen land? Man, if all 84 of you guys are patriots, I don't expect to see any yeses on there. Do you believe that we live in stolen land? As a matter of fact, how about we do this so that we keep it anonymous? Let's go ahead and start a poll. And trust me, I got some info that is going to blow your mind. I don't know. Maybe you already know this, but I think it's going to blow your mind. After all the libtards that come through my channel, I decided to go and do more research and trying to get more information on what I have been saying all along. And, well, I am so happy that everything that I tell you has been right, okay? But let's see. Do we live on stolen land? Let's see. Do we live on stolen land? Let's go ahead and start the poll. We got 96, 97 people, 100 people on here. Go ahead. Get your answers in. A lot of smart people, 70%. 70% of the people are very smart on this chat. Yeah, we do have some trolls. We do got some libtards. I get it. 36, come on, let me see the percentage. If you say yes, oh my goodness. Oh, you're going to love this. Just watch Rush, babe. All of my Native Americans are going to laugh when I disclose this information. But in the meantime, the illegal immigrant, the sex abuser, was actually deported. Thank goodness. Something good's happened. Don't worry. I'll leave the poll out there. 57%. Oh, my God. That's only 23 votes. It's okay. It's probably just mostly libtards voting right now. But I would like to believe that that libtards will prove me wrong that they are not libtards. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at this clip in the meantime. Let me see, make sure that I have this set up. Yeah, that should be good.
Sexually abusing a 10-year-old girl. A bit earlier, he was pardoned by Minnesota's Governor Tim Walz. And now the State Department has revoked the legal status of that migrant, clearing the way for his deportation. Secretary of State Marco Rubio describing that move.
Republicans.
Just days before this foreign sex offender was scheduled to be deported, Tim Walz, the governor, issued him a pardon, setting him free to once again endanger the children of America.
I'm sorry. Can you say January 6 again? Go ahead, libtards. Mention January 6 again. Show us how retarded you really are. Democrat governor pardoning a Laotian refugee pleaded guilty to first-degree criminal sexual conduct of a minor. You know what his excuse was? In my country, he says, in Laos, it's legal to have sex with a 12-year-old when you're my age. That was his excuse, his culture. Convicted in 2006 of repeated sexual abuse of a minor. Minnesota Board of Pardons, including Governor Tim Walz, granted a pardon on June 10th. Can you believe that? And how many libtards come in here, or how many Democrats come in here and tell me, oh, Dennis, did you know that Tim Walz actually pardoned a child sexual offender? No, they don't mention that. They just mention Epstein. Epstein. And yet they support Islam. Islam. You know that the youngest, now this is not to excuse it, but the youngest minor victim is 5 to 7 years older than what Islam allows men to sleep with. Let that sink in for a second.
Well, this week I revoked his legal status in the United States, and as a result, federal agents took him into custody, and as of today, he has been removed from the United States.
So State Department spokesman Tommy Pickett's with me now, and good morning to you. What more can you add to this story now?
Well, what we saw here was an illegal alien convicted of heinous crimes that was shielded from deportation by Governor Tim Walz. Shielded from deportation. And we said, no, we're not going to allow Americans to be threatened by this. What we're going to see is Secretary Rubio revoking this legal status and making sure that we're not having a situation where this illegal alien convicted of these crimes can threaten another American ever again. It's a clear example of this administration each and every single time siding with the American people first.
This was a 10-year-old girl repeatedly raped. That's the accusation.
10.
And
wow.
She herself wrote a letter on his behalf, and so did many others. The AG, Keith Ellison, said this about a week ago. He said the Minnesota Board of Pardons made the unanimous decision to grant Tu Vang this pardon after an exhaustive process which included a statement of support from the victim, a recommendation to grant the pardon for the Clemency Review Commission, and a large number of community support letters. So, by the way,
they convince the victim. Can you believe that? They convinced the victim to condole. It's a rape. It's a violation of that minor. They convinced the victim. That's how they traumatized and destroyed that innocent life. They probably tell her that it's her fault. This is what Muslims do when women that get raped come up and say something. They say it's your fault for provoking me, for tempting me. Can you imagine these Muslims what they must think when they go to our beaches in Florida, in California? The thongs that women wear at the beach. Can you imagine what these Muslims are thinking? Interesting.
That's all null and void right now, correct? And
Yes,
this individual is out of the country?
He is out of the country. He will never be allowed to threaten another American again. And that is because of the action of this administration. An illegal alien in this country convicted of heinous crimes. Of course, you're mentioning the power of forgiveness we see from people. And I'm always astonished by people that can have that capacity to forgive these heinous crimes. But we are going to enforce the law. We are not going to allow someone to endanger Americans. And this is a clear example of a pardon issue to shield someone from deportation, convicted of these heinous crimes. That is not something we're going to allow. We are going to side with the American people. We're going to protect the American people. We are under no obligation, to state the obvious, to allow someone convicted of these heinous crimes to remain in the United States of America.
Okay.
Can you imagine? And that's another reason why this country is so great, isn't it? Brian, what's up? I see you, brother. I see you. Can you imagine? That's another reason for why this country is so great. We worry, at least the ones on the right side, the conservatives, the Christians. We worry about our children's innocence, and we protect them. You know what I'm saying? But other countries don't do that. That's crazy, Raj. The rapist offered the victim money to stay quiet. $10? No, I'm sure it's more than $10. But the fact is that it doesn't matter what these migrants' cultures are. This is why we say assimilate. Because maybe in your culture you're allowed to rape your own niece. I doubt it. But maybe you are allowed to do that in your culture. Keep that shit over there. We don't want that over here. We don't want that over here. We want our children to grow up, to be old enough to make their own decisions. For some reason, Democrats continue to protect criminals. I don't understand. And they they protect criminals, but they like to call us criminals. The innocent people are criminals to Democrats. I don't know why. Something flipped. They don't protect our innocent children. This transgender movement, they abuse the mental health of our children. Let me ask you something. And this happens here in Seattle, Washington. Let me ask you something. If my child or even my teenager needs to go on a field trip, I need to give him permission because he's still a minor. But if they wanted to mutilate themselves and turn into a girl or the opposite sex of what they are, they don't need my consent. Tell me that makes sense. Tell me that in order for you to get on a plane, to travel anywhere, if you do it in states, international, local, domestic, you need a form of ID or passport if you go in international. Now they're requesting a passport. Tell me, if you need identification to fly, what's so wrong about asking for identification to vote? That's a major change in our country. For some reason, it's like Democrats don't see anything wrong with that. You need a social security number. You need an ID. You need a passport, birth certificate. You need all of these things to open up a bank account. And you even got to bring proof that you live at that address. And you do it to open a bank account. But you can't get behind the Save America Act. Interesting. You can't buy cigarettes without ID. You can't buy booze without ID. Interesting. Your local government likes to make you believe that not giving the voter rolls is a privacy act. Huh. When you apply for a credit card, you give them your whole social security number, your full name, copy of your ID. Matter of fact, when you go buy a car, they copy your ID, social security, bank account statements, privacy. When you look for an apartment, I need your passport, your ID, social security number. But somehow, to exercise the privilege that is given only to American citizens, that's a problem. Interesting. Javier, you're an illegal immigrant, bro. I don't give a shit about your opinion. Javier is a wetback, just so you guys know. He's a wetback. He crossed the Rio Grande swimming. Joey Alcaraz, you're probably an illegal immigrant as well. Voting for Democrats, I'm sure. People that say that, I just want to ask you, who do you vote for? I guarantee you say Democrats. Oh, man. Unbelievable. Can't fool me, fool. I am a migrant. I know how those who break the law act. I know who criminals are. By their fruits you shall know them. Every time you fight hard for an audit, against an audit, you are guilty as fuck. Yeah, every time you fight an audit, you are guilty as fuck. There is no doubt. 100% you are guilty as hell. Oh, man. No, biatch. I want you to be honest. Because you want to be a criminal, because you want to be dishonest, you want to fucking be divided? That's what you're telling me, Fox? How about you do what's right? How about you stand up for American citizens? How about you stand up for the United States of America? And if you don't, then get the fuck out. Why are we divided? Exactly. Why don't you join the Americans that care about America first? You're right, we're divided. Law-abiding citizens, patriots, do not like criminals. You see that? Logic. I know common sense doesn't make sense to a lot of libtards. You know what I'm saying? Don't make me go off, bro. I'm trying to hold back a little, you know? Just hold on to your love. Anyway, you guys are so retarded. Let's go, baby. You know? He's trying to keep us divided. Bitch, what have I said to divide America? What have I said to divide America? Let me recap. Respect the law. Don't come to this country illegally. Put American citizens first. The Constitution belongs to the United States of America citizens. Oh yeah, I'm hella dividing this country now. That's right. How am I dividing this country? If you don't want to be law-abiding, you're a fucking criminal. Don't blame me for that. I'm not going to accept you as a criminal. Woo! Beautiful bill. Here we go. My ancestors stole this land fair and square. Beautiful bill. I wish you didn't make a joke about it, because that is something that we are going to talk about right now. Now, I got to do it right now because this life has to be short. I got to go get my license renewed. Well. So, first thing I said on my research as I was looking through this, you guys ready for this? Stolen land, they say. The white people, the racist white people. Hold on to your bridges. Hold on to your bridges, because the truth is about to hit you like a damn train while you were taking a nap in the middle of the tracks. Check this out. America was stolen. Yeah, go ahead. Say it again. Who else agrees? Go ahead. Woo-wee. Come on, who else agrees? Stolen land. Here we go. You know what? Well, let's walk it backwards. Let's walk it backwards. I like to walk things backwards. Here we go. Let's go. Here we go. I love being a Native American. Here we go. North America was a dynamic landscape where several powerful nations and confederacies held regional supremacy at different times. Dominance was achieved through military alliances, control of the fur or horse trade, and strategic warfare against neighboring groups. Oh, man. Now, this is going to be something that belongs to all of the America, okay? From north all the way down to central. Here we go. Check this out. The Iroquois Confederacy, centered in present-day New York. Of course. Confederates in New York. Who would have thought? That's just a joke. All right. This powerful alliance of 5, later 6, tribes dominated the Great Lakes and Ohio River Valley during the 17th century, expanding their territory significantly during the Beaver Wars to control the lucrative fur trade. If you guys are not, familiar with this kind of stuff, man, you got to go look it up. What's going on, Mike? You got to go look this up. It's very fascinating. The Comanche, known as the Lords of the Plains, they dominated the southern Great Plains, Comancheria, in the 18th and 19th century. They built a vast trade and raiding network, controlling the supply of horses and dominating tribes like the Apache, the Wichita, and the Kiowa. Oh, man, they were conquering Apache, Wichita, and Kiowa. Yeah, okay. Well, the white man is not here doing that yet. Not yet. The Lakota Sioux, mastering the use of horses and firearms, the Lakota and their brother Oseti-Sakoing, 7 council tribes, alliance dominated the northern Great Plains in the 19th century, famously pushing back both rival tribes. Rival tribes. Oh, yeah, man. The Native Americans were so innocent and clean. Oh, but wait. It gets better. The Blackfoot Confederacy. I'm enjoying this. I really am enjoying this. I'm about to get my... Wait a minute. I got to get my coffee going. First, I'm going to share with you my formula here. First, I get my mushroom coffee. I won't say from who, unless they want to sponsor me. I get 1 scoop of the mushroom coffee. Here we go. That's it. 1 scoop. Now I'm going to make about 28 ounces of coffee. So I like my coffee. I have it here set up on this, but I really don't use that until. Where is? Until I use this. So what I do is, I have this, I think it's like a quarter or a half, no, it's a spoon. And I just kind of, spread it a little bit on the filter here. I get 1, 2, nice heavy size spoons here, scoops. 3, and I got this thing to where, like, if I get to the middle of the filter, I think that is the right amount of coffee. At least that's how I have been measuring it, and I think it turns out good. Now, I don't have my creamer, so it's going to be bitter. It's not going to be sweet tasting or any other flavor. It's going to be real, real coffee flavor, okay? Now, only real people, real coffee drinkers drink coffee like that. All right, I'm going to make 28 ounces. Here we go. All right, while that's going, Dom, you're on vacation, brother. Save that money and spend it over there with the family. Thank you for the love, brother. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so used to these libtards that are on EBTs. They don't do super chats. I apologize. Never mind. You actually are a good, hardworking American. My coffee contribution. Enjoy, brother. I appreciate it. Hey, Travis, welcome. Welcome. Well, guys, don't forget, if you're coming in here, don't forget to please vote on that poll. I am sure that you're going to change your mind by the time I reveal a couple of things that are coming up on the findings. Now, you can also do this research yourself, but of course, you came to the Dennis Herrera for some answers. And here we go. Here we go. Yay, area. Calm down, SA. Just wait for the information. Here we go. We were down to, let's see, the Lakota, horses and firearms. Lions dominated the northern Great Plains. Okay, Blackfoot Confederacy. Oh, man, all Confederacy. We're about to get to Mexico. Woo-wee! Apocalypto coming. Apocalypto is coming. Blackfoot Confederacy, a highly organized and powerful coalition of Algonquian speaking tribes that dominated the northwestern plains, frequently fending off neighboring tribes like the Cree and the Assiniboine, or Boine. I don't know if that's a French word. Again, fighting against other tribes. You are not my essay. You're right. An essay doesn't mean that you're mine, you fucking dumbass. So shut the hell up, you sensitive pussy. Here we go. The Powhatan Confederacy. Along the Atlantic coast, Chiefs Powhatan united and dominated around 30 Algonquian-speaking tribes in the Chesapeake Bay Area region, extracting tribute and allegiance. Here we go, talking to the Mexicans. In a broader North America, Mesoamerica, to be exact, the Aztec Empire was the most dominant force overall, extracting heavy tributes and subjugating surrounding tribes across central and southern Mexico before any European encounter, contact. Say it, bitch, but say it with conviction. Talk the truth about our people. They were savages. It was time for us to change. And I'm glad that we did. We're so proud of the Mayan ruins and the Aztec ruins and the Incas ruins. We're so proud of all these discoveries. You're proud of sacrifices to the sun? You're proud of sacrificing your own people to the moon? Shut the hell up, you moron. If we didn't go through the bad things that we went through throughout mankind history in America, we will still be killing your children for a fake God. So shut up. Damn. That was deep. That was deep, man. That was deep. That was deep. All right. That's one phase. Let's go to our next phase. I got a couple more. Let me see which one I want to go next. Yeah, let's go to this one. This one here, it's to show you. Now, this is to show you how our beautiful Native Americans was so great. Like, we want to go back to that time, right? Yeah. We want to go back to that time, right? You said we live on stolen land. From who? From somebody that took it from somebody else? That conquered from somebody else? Yeah, that's how that worked back then. Be happy that we have what we have today. Check this out. Everybody and their mama, mostly libtards, believe that the white man are just so evil because they own slaves. You already know where I'm going with this. But I gotta give you the stats. I gotta give you the facts. The Cherokee Nation held the most enslaved people of any Native American tribe in the United States. What? White people, huh? Oh, no. The Cherokee Nation. It wasn't white people that had the most enslaved people of Native American tribe. I thought it was white people. Man. Yeah. By 1860, they held approximately 4,000 slave African Americans. You mean to tell me that Native Americans enslaved African Americans? Oh, man. Oh, man. The white man. The evil white man. Unbelievable. Can you guys believe this? Look at G-Man. You're such a liar. Go look it up, biatch. Oh, man. This is so unbelievably funny to me. What do you think about that? What do you guys think about that? Can you believe that? The Cherokee Nation, not only did they enslave most of the native tribes, they enslaved the African Americans. What? Oh, man, you got, hey, don't hate the messenger, baby. You got to go look it up. You got to go look it up. Yeah, well, that's why I'm laughing, because it's not stolen, dumbass. Oh, man, it's like libtards are incapable. All they do, but they don't even leer. So how can they learn? That is so crazy, right? It is so crazy. Crazy. Oh, man. The Cherokee Nation held approximately 4 enslaved African American. In terms of land, before forced relocation, the Cherokee originally controlled expansive territories across the Southeast before eventually governing the Cherokee Nation in modern-day Oklahoma. The 5 tribes that collectively held the most slaves and the largest land bases, both historically in the Southeast and later in the Indian Territory of Oklahoma, are known as the 5 civilized tribes. Oh, man. It's all about the Native Americans, baby. It's all about the Native Americans. You know, the key to learn why we should be proud of the country that we are today is to pay attention in history. Stop blaming the white man for everything. Us, natives, we are to blame for a lot of our own dooming before the white man even stepped foot on our soil. So you better learn the truth before you keep opening your mouth like a dumbass libtard. The Cherokee, of course, they held the largest number of enslaved people, African Americans. And they possessed a vast ancestral lands spanning parts of Georgia, North Carolina, Tennessee, and South Carolina. How did they acquire these lands? By conquering weaker tribes. They stole the land from the weaker tribes. The Choctaw enslaved roughly 2,300 people and held vast territories in Mississippi and Alabama. Creek, or the Muscogee, enslaved around 1,500 people and historically controlled millions of acres across Georgia and Florida. The Chickasaw held approximately 975 enslaved people and possessed significant lands in Mississippi, Tennessee, and Kentucky. The Seminole held between 200 and 300 enslaved people. Many of the slaves among the Seminole lived with a degree of autonomy not seen in other tribes or the American South, often living in separate villages, paying a tribute in crops and fighting alongside them during the Seminole Wars. These tribes adopted plantation-style slavery. Oh, man. I'm sorry. Hey, listen. I'm not trying to make you hate our Native Americans for owning slaves, for killing their own tribes, their own people. I'm not trying to make you hate them for being slave owners, for owning plantations. That's not the point of it. And as I always say, nobody is free of sin. Everybody is guilty of something. The native tribes adopted plantation-style slavery to varying degrees as a survival and assimilation strategy, though the majority of the tribal members did not own slaves. Happened with, of course, the majority of whites didn't own slaves either. It's just like the rich. The rich became richer because they owned more slaves. That's how you made money. That's how you measure wages back then. That's how you measure wealth, by how many slaves you owned. Native Americans owned a lot of slaves on plantations. That's right. Including African Americans. Oh, man. There was a treatise, though, of the 1866, and I will touch up on that. You know, what is interesting is that I haven't seen that poll change. I got 200 votes, and 45% is still believe that we live in stolen land, even after the facts that have been laid out so far. We'll go back to the treaty of the 1866. But I want to touch up on this. See, a lot of people that know some history, they blame the white people for killing 90% of the Native Americans. We know that was mostly disease. Their immune system just couldn't take it. Can't give the land back. No way, no how. Doesn't belong to them anymore. What they have is what they have. I'm going to drop another fact in a little bit. Now, I'll do it right now before I forget. I was listening to our elder speaker, our Navajo elder speaker, Mr. Brown. And he was telling us that the native tribes were offered money for hundreds, if not thousands, of acres of land. I mean, we're talking about mountains. He says that the Native Americans could have used for their survival or whatever. But the point is this: they were offered money. And whether you like it or not, it was their choice to do. So if you want to say that they were low IQ or whatever you want to say, that's up to you. But what I'm saying is there was a document that was signed. There were treaties made. There were deals made. We took everything that we have as the United States of America right now that at one point belonged to Mexico. We bought it. Yeah. Paid for. Not stolen. Bought. Bought. Now, before you start throwing some racial hate against the white people, the Europeans, well, here we go. Before European arrival, Native American nations engaged in extensive warfare over territory, resources, and trade. You mean they were also fighting for land? You can't make this up, man. You cannot erase history. These conflicts were often driven by the resource scarcity, territorial expansion, and shifting tribal boundaries rather than European territorial concepts. Well, well, well. You know, the thing you have to understand is the main point that I am making. We are not on stolen land. You can call it conquered. Most of the land was bought. That's just how it works. It is what it is. Native Americans held the largest number of slaves. Let that sink in. And yet, I don't think I ever heard one black man say, Native Americans, oh shit, they were slave owners. They're slave owners. Oh my God, reparations. They got to give us their reservations. Ah, man, you know what I'm saying? Come on, man. You know what I'm saying? Let's go ahead and take a read at the treaties of the 1866. Now, obviously, I'm only reading to you some of the summaries, unless you want to sit here every day for at least 5-6 hours daily so I can go detail on every treaty, and you will still not understand. Here we go. You ready for this? The treaties of 1866 were a series of Reconstruction era agreements between the U.S. government and the 5 tribes of the Indian Territory. Of course, the most important ones were the richest, which were the slave owners. Yeah, the ones that had slave plantations. That's crazy how history works. But anyways, these territories are Cherokee, the Choctaw, the Chickasaw, Creek, and the Seminole. Is that how you say Seminole or Seminole? I would say Seminole in Spanish, but I think it's Seminole. Astonishment for allying. Ready? You ready for this? Astonishment for allying with. Ready? The Democrats. The Confederacy. People hate the truth, bro. People hate the truth, bro. People hate the truth. But the truth, my friends, shall set you free. shall set you free. As punishment for allying with the Confederacy, the tribes were forced to emancipate their enslaved populations and cede millions of acres of tribal land. You can call that stolen. Oh, man. Because the United States Constitution's 13th Amendment only applied to U.S. states, the emancipation of an estimated 7,000 to 10,000 enslaved people in the Indian Territory required direct federal intervention. The 1866 treaties legally abolished slavery in all 5 tribes and mandated that former slaves, known as freedmen, be integrated into the tribes. You mean to tell me that white people not only fought other white people to free the slaves, but also had to conquer the native tribes to free the slaves? Man, doggone it, I got to tell you, man, I want to be white. The white people are some amazing sons of bitches. I love white people. Even more now that they forced me to look at this damn history. However, the degree of implementation varied by tribe, leading to decades of legal disputes over land ownership, resources, rights, and voting access. And this is probably the only part of the history that people go to and say this is stolen land. Bitch, please, learn your history before you speak nonsense. Here's something for you right here. For the stolen land people, here we go. To penalize the tribes, and let's be clear, slave owners, to penalize the tribes and clear territory for the relocation of other displaced indigenous groups and formerly enslaved peoples. Are you getting this? Are you getting this? Listen to what white people were doing in the United States of America. To penalize the tribes that own slaves and clear territory for the relocation of other displaced indigenous groups, the ones who are being conquered by the stronger Native Americans, and also were enslaved by such said stronger Native American tribes. Native Americans were conquering the land. Native Americans were conquering weaker tribes. The only difference is the Europeans came over here and they were superior with a different mentality to free the slaves. Ladies and gentlemen, 250 years. It almost breaks my heart to say it, because the emotion that comes through when I, who come from a similar history, it's you don't understand the sadness, the grievedness, the joy, the feeling of accomplishment, the justice, the fairness, the equality, the assimilation of the peoples. All of those things, the Indians that died, the European settlers that died, migrants that died, all of the bad history, 250 years. And we look at where we are today. We lost the Democratic Party. I hope we get it back. We have been infected by communists. We have been invaded by Muslim terrorists who hate America. They chant it daily. Now they want to assassinate our president. And I see a lot of patriots, a lot of military, a lot of Americans that sacrifice their life to say, I serve this country. I fought for the freedoms of the American people, not of the illegal people. I fought for my American countrymen. And I see all these battles. It is a heavy weight sometimes in my chest. Believe it or not, you don't know. You don't know why I'm cussing you out more often now. It's a heavy burden to know the bad and the good things of history. You're not asking me. I was trying to entertain the American patriots at Pearl Harbor. As I'm reading the placards, I couldn't. I couldn't do it. And I'm a very macho guy. My heart broke to hear of the deaths of people. 250 years. Americans should be the proudest today. A lot of people that don't love this country, they ignore every piece of history that I have just given them from our native tribes. They don't care. Their hate has already made a choice. They don't want to understand. They want to read other context that approve their hate. I'm not trying to be hateful. I'm not trying to divide the American people. And if you believe that, you're a fucking moron. How can you say that the one migrant that became an American citizen who has never been illegal in this country, that is the only person fighting for the American people to keep their rights and their freedoms and their constitution and their laws, their borders. This country was built little by little, but in 250 years, this country of the United States of America has created something more beautiful than anybody has ever imagined. I'll go back to the Barbary Wars, where Africans were enslaving their own African people. It's the same shit that happened here. It happened throughout the world. The stronger Native American, our Indian tribes, were conquering and enslaving the weaker tribes. Africans were building empires by enslaving weaker African tribes. It is the way the world moves. It is historical. Look it up. For Pete's sakes, Africans were enslaving white men before the white men owned slaves. For years, the African pirates were killing and enslaving American citizens. Thomas Jefferson, for 10 years, the United States of America made a deal with these damn pirates. $1 million a year. But in these 10 years that the United States was paying these pirates, they didn't know that the United States of America, Thomas Jefferson, was building the United States of America Navy fleet. So proud. So proud to know. And they went over there and beat the shit out of them, just like we're going to do with Iran. And we freed the slaves. Did you know that the African slaves that were being mutilated by their African slave owners, they still do it in Africa? They cut women's breasts so that they can't feed their children. They cut their... to remove pleasure from women when they have sex. Children are born into slavery. They still do that in Africa. And you hate this country. And you hate this country. You can say whatever hateful comments you want about me. But believe me, this fucking brain with ADD, HD has so much fucking knowledge in there that it comes out when it needs to come out. It's there. I bet you didn't know Thomas Jefferson built a Navy fleet. He's the founder of the Navy. Look what the Navy is today. Still freeing people. You got to be proud of America, man. It doesn't matter if you like Trump. You need to get over that shit. You need to get over that shit. This is a beautiful country. Did you know that when we became independent from the redcoats, from the Brits, did you know that they blocked our trading routes in the ocean? They wanted us to die. You understand? They looked at us as a little tiny newborn piece of shit country, and the Brits thought that we were just going to lay down and take it. The Brits thought that we were destroyed, that we will cease to exist. Where the Brits at today, Americans? See, that's why racism doesn't faze me. We prove England, we prove Europeans. Back then, when we became independent, when we were just bebes as a nation, we proved to them what this nation has become. You see, slavery, competition, conquering, fighting. It made us who we are. We're ready for war. All of our native warriors, they have that spirit. You can make fun of their bodies if they're not muscular or whatever. They have a warrior spirit. And we all carry that warrior spirit today because of what has happened in history. The United States of America, man. All Europeans, fuck them. Let me tell you why, Mac. Because I'm from Central America, and Spaniards screw us over as well. The French and the Italians screw over Mexican lands, etc. So, yes, all of Europeans, fuck them all. And if you're over there, you're the exception. Today, remember, today is a different time. This is just historical time thinking. That's right, wanker. Go and suck on a big one. Let me tell you something, man. I told this story before. People don't pay attention, but since we are on the native stolen land bullshit argument, let me tell you something. When I was in second grade, you know, the teachings back then in Honduras was so advanced compared to the United States of America, and we were taught. See, watch this. The mentality or the vision, right, in which we were governed. They will tell us that if we get an education, we will work hard for the rest of our lives. That's the vision. I kid you not. We will work hard. If you get study, and you get education and this and that, you're going to work. You're going to have a job for the rest of your life. Here's the Americans. You ready? Nah. I don't want to get an education so that I can work for the rest of my life. I want to get an education so that I can make some money and retire young. In Honduras, we're like, wait a minute. Retire? You mean you can retire? Oh, man. Anyways. So I'm sitting there and I'm learning our native history. See, I love history. We're learning our native history. I learned that my father was a Lenca Maya. I don't know if you know what that is, right? But he was Lenca Maya, and he was Afro descent, okay? So he was very dark Indian. And he had a Pancho Villa mustache as well, which I can't grow for a big thing. I don't know, for some reason. I mean, I can grow a mustache, but it's not as thick. I'm missing a lot of hairs there. But the point is that, I'm learning about our native history, and then, we're learning about the Spaniards. And we have symbols, our symbol, our shield has a couple of mines, pine trees and the flags and all this stuff. And the mines represent the mines where the Spaniards took all of our gold and silver. The Spaniards raped our women. They enslaved my people. Not that we weren't enslaving each other already, but, the Spaniards came in and they raided. They raped and pillaged. That's what they did. So I had this really moment of anger towards them. And there was some Spaniard priest, a nun and a priest preaching about love and peace. And I don't know, at a young age, I started, realizing that, yeah, those things were bad back then. But, we were sacrificing our own as well. So, I speak Spanish. Castilian is what we call it. It's not really Spanish. Spanish is from Spain, but, we call it Spanish, so that's what people know. But it's actually Castilian, okay? Yes, we have a lot of African descent in Honduras. And, this is part of the slavery that came over. So, obviously my father was not, born in those days. Don't get too confused. But yeah, they brought the African slaves all through Central America, the Caribbean, and all the stuff. But my descendancy comes from my father. My native side comes from my father, and my mother is a Spaniard, Indian as well. So I'm more native Indian than anything else. But the point that I'm making is that I realize that we have borders, and we can go anywhere, and because we understand each other, we can explain why we are visiting or doing or saying something. And so the same thing happens here in America. And this is why I am the way that I am here in America, because I know some of the history from down there on Central America. I know the history here from North America. I know the history from South America. I don't know all of it, but I know enough to say a lot of bad things happen, but a lot of good has come out of it. And this is why I cannot take the libtard side. I cannot allow them to allow communists to come into this country. I cannot allow terrorist Muslims to take over our land. They'll be stealing our land if you believe that. No, they'll be conquering us, and they will be doing that from within. Proof, the UK. They allow Muslims in parliament. They allow Muslims in government. Look where they're at now. The white citizens of the UK paid the price for that. Not the criminals. Not the criminals. And I show you a clip of that movie, right? The guy goes over there and talks about the white teenager that got raped by 3 Muslims. And the sister who witnessed this rape says she deserved it because she was tempting them with the clothes that she was wearing. And she was wearing a furry coat. Right. And again, I bring the issue. If Imagine these Muslims come into this country just like Europeans are being taken over, right? Yeah, see, as you know that. But, just like this, they're taking over this country. If they come here, what are they going to do at the beach in Florida? What are they going to do at the beach in California? In South Carolina? In Southern Texas? What are they going to do to those women? You know what I'm saying? I'm just asking the question. Go ahead and give me an answer. If you're in here hating me, give me the answer. What do you think these Muslims are going to do to women that are walking around in thongs? Well, you enjoy the ass. You enjoy watching the ass. What do you think they're going to do? When their excuse says, my religion allows me to rape women that are not Muslims. Something interesting that you don't even pay attention to. Muslims will support you for abortion. That's how they kill you. But they will not allow a Muslim woman, to abort their child. Because that child is precious to their cause. Not only are they outbreeding you by marrying multiple women and getting them pregnant, depend on the government. They take our resources, they take our money, but they are brainwashing you into thinking you have a right. Use it. Use it. Yeah. Kill your children. You have your right. Your body, your choice. Use it. In the meantime, they keep multiplying. I'm serious as a heart attack. You got to pay attention, man. You got to pay attention. If you don't know history, you're doomed to repeat it, right? If you learn something wise, something good out of history, continue doing that. Why would we change who we have been? I don't fear Muslims. Fuck them. I don't fear not one of them. I know where I go when I die. I worship the one true God. So I don't fear Muslims. There's no phobia. Only common sense. You low IQ people are so easy to convince of evil. You're gullible sinners. You like it. That's why you do it. I like sex. That doesn't mean that I go and sleep with all these women. You see what I'm saying? I enjoy drinking beer with some friends. I don't go get drunk. I enjoy doing a lot of things in the flesh. There's a lot of things that I like. But I don't do them because they're wrong. So when people call themselves Christians, I don't care if you don't like the way that I talk. I don't give a shit about that. But they call themselves Christians and they're out there sleeping, men sleeping with men and women with women. They're out there calling themselves Christians, blaspheming against God. They call themselves Christians, and yet they mutilate their children. They're not. Okay, Fox, I'm going to give you one warning and CB27. I'll give you one warning. Change that shit. If you're just here for that hate, get the fuck out of my chat. I'm telling you that right now. Stand up for America, period. If you say that I'm promoting hate and dividing this country, all I'm asking is migrants come here legally. Respect our law. I'm asking for Democrat sanctuary cities to knock that shit out. That is criminality. You're fighting against American citizens' safety, protection. Support your military. Stop supporting the enemy. They're out there chanting, kill President Trump. They've been chanting, death to America. I'm standing against that. Who says death to America? Muslims. It's very simple. Muslims said death to America. So we don't want that shit here. Who else wants us to fail? Communists. So we don't want communists here either. It doesn't matter how much history we teach you, how many facts, how many truths, how much evidence. You guys don't give a shit. You guys are so retarded. I blame your parents. Man, I am lucky, man, that my mother was a great mother. Let's see what's going on in New York. You guys had your stolen land argument debunked. You have been hating the white man for slavery, but it started with Africans, and Native Americans had more slaves before the white people even came to this country. So shut the hell up about the white man owning slaves. You want reparations? Reparations from who, motherfucker? If you are an African American, go get some reparations from Africa. If you are a Native American, get some reparations from your native tribes. Stop blaming the white man for everything and all your problems. Why don't you go make something of yourself instead of playing and living like a damn victim? You bunch of pussies on the left. When are you going to grow some balls?
From one liberal enclave to the next. New York City. Say it with us now. No justice, no pizza. No justice, no pizza.
What? No pizza?
Italian Americans are big arrabbiato at Mayor Mondani today, who unveiled a map of the city's immigrant enclaves that spotlights, a few dozen communities, but leaves out Little Italy.
It's like he went out of his way to snub the very people that built New York City, from the subway system to the skyscrapers. But he did conveniently highlight areas like Little Palestine, Little Pakistan, and Little Haiti. Notably, the Irish are left off too. Little Israel? No way that made the cut.
Don't call this erasure a conspiracy theory, because Mondani has long had bad blood with the Italians. Who can forget his 2020 post that's still up today, flipping off a statue?
Chaslow, let me ask you a question. How come you didn't make that baby with a black woman? Because you're a piece of shit as well. You're racist against your own people, so fuck you very much. Making comments on my channel like that. You don't even fucking know me, fool. Yeah, that's right. You went and got yourself a little white girl, didn't you? These guys, man, I'm going to tell you, man, you guys are fucking fools. I've been here most of my life in this country. You are not going to fucking play the victimhood card. You're not going to play this stolen land bullshit. You're not going to talk shit about immigration. You know, you can say shit. Not on this channel. Not on this channel, because I know the truth. You guys want to play victims so that you can feel some sort of special treatment? Get out of here with that, man. Go enjoy your white girlfriend. Go enjoy your white baby's mama. Stop talking shit on my channel.
Of Christopher Columbus.
A Hispanic with a Hispanic accent supporting Trump is like an African American supporting David Duke. Shut the hell up, Alex. Go suck some nuts. Go suck some big nuts and shut the hell up. You don't even know what the hell you're talking about. I support the United States of America, and President Trump is the president. And I will support the next president. Period. I didn't block anybody, fool. But since you think he's right, let me see who you are. And, you know, some people actually put their own picture on their channel. This guy's a pussy. He can't even put his own picture as a profile. So guess what, Super? Get your ass out of here as well. And I don't give you 5 minutes. I give you 30 minutes minimum. Get out of here with that shit. Anyways, I find it interesting. You know, I had this experience when I was in high school. I was a senior there. There was this black guy. He's a football player, just like I was. And he was coming out from outside. He slapped the shit out of this blonde, beautiful, blue-eyed white girl. Comes through the doors and I say, yo, what the fuck was that? He tells me to shut up. And said, this white bitch deserves it. I almost didn't understand what the hell he was talking about, but it sounded racist to me. He was doing what he wanted with her to punish her for being white. So I had to say something to him. You fucking lay a hand on her again, I'm going to fuck you up. What's crazy is that she kept chasing him. She liked it. So I said, forget about what I said. Do whatever you want with her. She likes it. And I felt so sheepish to even say that, but bro, I'm trying to defend you. You heard how racist he is, and he only treats you bad because you're a white girl. And you still go to him. Well, that makes sense. There's a lot of black people that still vote for Democrats. Makes sense. You guys keep getting screwed over and over. I guess you just like it. Continue to support those who oppress you. Unfucking believable. Unbelievable.
Captioned, take it down. We didn't. Forget about it. Joining us now, Fox Business senior correspondent Charlie Gasparino and comedian and Fox News contributor Tom Shalhoub. Charlie Gasparino, well, one, Little Palestine is in Bay Ridge, Brooklyn. Who knew? But how do you leave Little Italy off the map when the Italians dug the subway system and dozens of them died?
I know. My grandfather, my great-grandfather, my father was an iron worker as well. So he built many of the edifices that you see in the city right now. I mean, listen, we could talk all day. Why does Zoran Mandami really hate Italians, or is this part of some bigger movement, which I believe it is? This is about cultural Marxism. And, one of the aspects of cultural Marxism is to create an oppressor-oppressed dynamic. To do that, you really do have to ethnic cleanse history in many ways. And what I mean by ethnic cleanse, you have to sort of downgrade the contributions of white ethnic people. And those would be the Irish, the Italians, the Jews, who, helped build this city. I wouldn't say help. They were instrumental in building the city. And, in that framework of cultural Marxism, which, by the way, is a theory that is taken over universities, the media, aside from us, but much of our cultural institutions, even the military before Pete Hegseth got in there and started DEI into place. This is pervasive among elites, and it really believes that people like me, who grew up working class. I mean, listen, there was parts of my life when my dad wasn't working, we were poor, but we're somehow oppressed. We oppressed some rich South American who came here, and that person should get DEI benefits and we shouldn't. It really is a sick, perverted way of looking at the world. Donald Trump, one of his great achievements in office, I believe, has been getting rid of this stuff to sort of normalize our cultural institution, including what's going on at the Smithsonian. But I do know, if my mother was alive today, this is what she would tell Zoran Mandami.
No words needed there. Tom, looking at this map, there's a couple other ones on here that are interesting. There's a little Guyana in Queens and in the Bronx. So there's two of those. There's a little Yemen on this map. There is a little Africa in the Bronx and a little Africa in Staten Island. You know, Tom, I guess this is missing the point, but the one thing Zoran Mamdani never does is talk about big, beautiful America. He can't stand the idea of people coming together. He's always wanting to chop them up into little pieces, Tom. What do you think?
Yes, and we have these different enclaves, and, you know, Little Italy, I have a bone to pick with Little Italy itself. It's being invaded. Have you been down to Little Italy? It's really little now. It's like 2 streets. It's Chinatown, okay? Yeah. The Chinese have moved in on the Italians.
It's not Chinatown. It's Yuppie Town, or it's it is gentrified like you wouldn't believe it. The Chinese aren't even in there anymore.
Go ahead, Tom.
So remember that. And by the way, Bay Ridge.
Yeah. Go ahead, Tom. Let Tom finish.
Little Africa. That's very Italian too.
Oh yeah.
Still.
I know, and they have. It looks like they have all these different little countries in Africa, and then they have Little Africa. It's like, what are you doing? So we've got far too many of these. I don't know if people are going to use this map of places to visit or neighborhoods to avoid. But if you do want a Little Italy, we do have one up in the Bronx. It's called Arthur Avenue, right? And we also have a Little Ireland, which is called McLean Avenue. And so we have our enclaves up in Bronx and Westchester County as well.
John, I did a lot of drinking on McLean Avenue when I was a kid, so I knew a lot of those Irish guys. But I will say this about Staten Island. Staten Island could be Little Italy right now. I mean, that's the most absurd thing of this. Have you seen the Italian population in Staten Island?
Yes,
it's enormous.
That's true.
There you go.
It's fantastic.
He highlights, I don't know, what did he highlight there? Little Africa? You know,
2 of them.
We got to jump because Charlie will start talking about Arthur Avenue, and he can walk you storefront by storefront by storefront.
Ario's is the best. Is one of the best restaurants there. Rigoletto's is very good.
He's already doing it.
Yes.
Now,
No,
Charlie,
he's right.
Go to Mike's Deli in the mall. Very good.
Okay, Charlie, Tom, great stuff.
You know what's crazy is that we said this would happen. We saw this happening, and we told everybody in New York what Mamdani was going to do. He has been doing it. People still think he's great, you know, whatever. Listen to me, man. You know, I can't even really hate these people that are destroying our country because libtards support cheating. Libtards are so gullible and believe that there's such thing as free stuff. It's unbelievable that these people don't understand. It doesn't matter what facts we give. It doesn't matter what proof we show. They will continue to stay retarded. They just never learn. That's just the way it is. With that being said, Marco Rubio has some targets. Far left terrorists. Let's see what he has to say.
Secretary of State Marco Rubio is rallying allies to help combat left-wing terrorism. Just as the U.S. faces Antifa and other radical groups, countries in Europe and beyond are seeing the same rise in far-left terror. The State Department calling it part of their focus on new and emerging threats. Former State Department anti-terrorism senior advisor Morgan Wright joins us now. Morgan, who are these groups, and since when have they gone global?
You know, Brian, you've hit upon this is the key question, because I just pulled up the current definition of what terrorism is, because the State Department defines that and defines what foreign terrorist organizations are. And it says a premeditated, politically motivated violence perpetrated against non-combatant targets by subnational groups or clandestine agents. The key here is if it's wholly domestic, it's very difficult to get a designation as a foreign terrorist organization. So you think Trinidad, the cartels, ISIS, Al-Qaeda, those are layups, right? But with Antifa, they've got to be able to tie what's happening in the U.S. to what's happening in Europe, what's happening in Greece, what's happening in Germany, things like that. They're looking for that coordination. So if they can do that, then the ability to designate them not only as a foreign terrorist organization, but get other nations involved in intelligence sharing, information sharing, and potentially even things like you send raids in, special operations to go disrupt these groups and disrupt their plans. That's what we're looking for, plans and intentions. What are they doing? When are they going to do it? What's the coordination between these groups?
So I also see that Josh Shapiro, again, was the target of anti-Semitic threats. Remember, they burned down the governor's mansion. So that continues. He continues to be a target. What do you expect to happen when Marco Rubio, the Secretary of State, and National Security Advisor get together with these 60 countries? Do you think they can get something done?
If anybody can do it, it's probably Secretary Rubio. I mean, he has definitely shown in this role and the ability to articulate American policy, but it's not just American policy. We see the effects of this. Like you talked about what's happening to Governor Shapiro. These increase in attacks, religiously based attacks. Jews are 2% of the U.S. population, but according to FBI statistics, they are 70% of all religiously motivated hate crimes. And we're seeing this play out. We're seeing the narrative. We're seeing the language match. The rise in that is matching the increase in these attacks. So it's not just a U.S. problem, Brian. This is a problem anywhere you look around the world where this type of ideology is being perpetrated and being allowed to flourish. So I think the purpose of bringing them in, I think it's going to be a tough sell. This is not a layup like in designating these other things. It's going to have to get some other countries who may be a little bit reluctant to designate those things.
So 8 men been indicted for the UFC fight at the White House and a would-be attack. So we're moving in on that. I never even heard of this group. You would think it would come from overseas. It doesn't look like they did. It looks like they're homegrown. What about people who say, well, it's not just from the left. There's some problems on the right. What do you say to that?
There's types of terrorism called inspired terrorism. What kind of language are they following? What's the ideology they're following? That's what I look at. I mean, if you start just trying to put it in too neat of buckets, it becomes very difficult. But in the case like this, guys, this is a perfect example of asymmetric warfare where they did classic recruiting and grooming, bring them in, ideology before identity, get them to do a quest. Now, all of a sudden, they're in this group, and now they're doing it. But if you look at some of the leaders of the group, they did not have the interests of America at heart. So you might look at it, you might say, well, hey, based on that, we can say that they tend to be more over in this category like left-wing or anti-American. But Brian, this is a problem. As long as they've got access to the internet, the recruiting that can happen now and finding people with the same ideology is becoming far easier because the internet has no concept of distance.
It started with those anarchists with global warming, and it's just morphed into other causes. Thanks.
Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News latest on YouTube and catch full shows streaming now on
Fox News, one of my favorite news channels because they always just deliver the news. They have some compelling arguments. That's fantastic. But I also like to know that they're making sense. And when I watch another channel, well, sometimes they do make sense. Okay. But other times, most of the time, they're just there to hate on Trump. And that's not how you bring news out. Seattle tops all U.S. cities in office vacancies. Now, I know that you guys think that socialists are not communists, but, socialism doesn't work. Why don't we take a look and see what Seattle Fox Live has to say?
Seattle is leading the nation on a list that no one wants to top. Office vacancy rate is 36.5% in downtown Seattle, now the highest of any major U.S. city. Since 2020, downtown Seattle has lost around 30,000 jobs. That's the same year Seattle passed its payroll tax, targeting large companies with employees making high salaries. According to the Downtown Seattle Association, the city's record business taxes are a major factor in the job loss and for its high office vacancy rate. Today, I spoke with John Scholes, president of the DSA, as Mayor Katie Wilson considers more taxes as a way to plug a nearly $500 million budget shortfall in the next 3 years. Mayor Katie Wilson said back in June that more taxes are on the table, including the expansion of the payroll tax, as you know, aka the Jumpstart tax. Thoughts on that regarding the expansion of the payroll tax down the road, possibly?
Well, I think it's the wrong move for Seattle, and it would continue, I think, to push jobs outside of our city. And we don't need more business taxes in Seattle. We need more businesses located here paying taxes. And I think it's important for the city to spend within their means. They haven't done that over the last 5 or 6 years. They've spent beyond the revenues that they've collected, and they've tried to make up the difference by putting a lot more taxes on Seattle employers, which have sent a lot of jobs elsewhere.
What about the people who say, there was a recent report that said the GDP.
Let me First of all, let me go ahead and educate you libtards. Not that you can leer anything, but I want to point out a couple of things. When President Trump says something, and Fox is showing me what President Trump says, I take into consideration what President Trump has said. When I listen to our enemies, like the terrorist Islamic regime leaders, tell us something through the legacy media, whether on Fox or CNN, I take what they say and then I look at what they do. What I find interesting is that Fox goes more into the issues that favor the United States of America. When I go to CNN, they make our enemies look like heroes. Do you fucking understand the difference, you libtard? So if Fox has a Democrat saying something, that's not misinformation. That's not a lie. That's what Democrats are doing and saying themselves. Look at here. You say they're saying lies. But what did I tell you in public? Maybe you're new, you don't know me, you don't know my channel. I get it. I'll give you the benefit of doubt. Libtards are all the same. I told you that when they vote for a socialist Democrat, they're going to destroy our city. That's exactly what's happening. That's exactly what they're doing. I asked the question, even on here, if I ask a socialist or a Democrat today, not the originals, how do you generate more money? The answer from every MAGA supporter, the answer from every American conservative, the answer from every American patriot, it's always the same. Create more jobs. Invest. Take the high risk. Fight for it. Every time I ask anybody that is none of what I just mentioned, the answer is more taxes. CNN doesn't say shit about that. Huh? CNN doesn't say anything about corporations leaving socialist democratic cities or states. So why Fox? See, you just made me promote Fox more. They're not paying me. You're making me advertise for Fox News. You know what they do? They report what the Democrats tell us. They report what the Democrats do. But they do the same with the Republicans. Socialist mayor in Seattle, we told her, don't chase away businesses, starting from small businesses to big corporations. Stop taxing so much. Give them a break. It is better to have 10,000 jobs, 10,000 people paying taxes, than 10,000 jobs going somewhere else to pay taxes. The logic, common sense, it's not that hard to understand. Well, Fox calls it like it is. And when they don't, I will say something. I listen to so many panels on CNN. Every single fucking time is like I watch The View over and over. You get the black Democrat always blaming Trump. Well, we know when Biden did it. Well, when Obama did it, was good. But, everything was great. But now it's the orange man, and it's not good. Same shit. Same shit every day. Just because you put a different cherry on top of it doesn't mean that it's going to taste like a cherry pie. It's still shit. So Fox News. Congratulations. She's got a free air commercial thanks to the libtards. Anywho, don't worry about that. Listen, listen to me. If CNN would do more lives on press conferences, I'm there. I'm showing you CNN. But they don't. They don't cover any accomplishment that President Trump does. And 80 million and one with me voted for Trump. We want to know what he's doing. We don't want to just hear it. We want to see it. That's right, man. No king since 1776. That is 100%, baby. I love it. You know what? I love you, patriots. I really do, man. Listen, I know some of you guys that are on my side will probably cuss me out some shit. I know some of you will fucking crack some jokes at me, and I'm going to tell you, I love it. I love it. Ask Don. Don Mitch, he's from Washington State. I've had a couple of meetings with him. Ask him, am I any different in person? No. I'm the same guy no matter if I am on TV, on radio, on this podcast, or in person. I'm still me. You may not like me if you see me because I'm just a regular Joe. But Don can be witness that I am the same. Maybe a little bit worse in person because, my rights don't get taken off the air. You know what I'm saying? Oh, man. Don't worry about this trolls, bro. I already recognize this trolls, bro. I got to memorize. The Chicago kid, he was in jail for months. And I'm talking about YouTube jail, not real jail. I don't know his life, okay? Mac, what I'm saying is we can be at a bar, right? And we can be having some beers, and you can be making some jokes, and I'm just going to be cracking up. And, man, you're going to be like, motherfucker, this thing. It's all good. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know if that makes sense. I don't care, man. Like, even when I watch my tongue and when I was as a pastor, people will apologize to me for saying bad words. I say, you don't have to apologize. I say, you're not a pastor. You can say whatever you want. So, I'm not a pastor anymore, so I say whatever I want. I'm just saying. I appreciate friendships. I appreciate people who can disagree with me, but can also share a pint. It's not easy. It's not easy. It's not easy for somebody to put down your whole ideology. It's an ego thing. And if you're the type of person that's going to get violent in an argument, just don't argue. Don't get yourself into that position. You know what I'm saying? Anywho, if you're in Washington State, man, we can have a good time. You guys will see, man. Whether you're on my side or not, we really need to be on the American side. You know what I'm saying? Let these illegal immigrants and all these ungrateful bastards call me a traitor or a coconut to migrants or what. I don't give a shit about migrants. If you come here illegally, I don't give a shit. If you come here legally, respect. I got you. Thank you for respecting this country.
He was very strong, showing the economy was very strong in Washington state just this year. The sky is not falling. You know, much of the slowdown is AI and tech companies who are laying people off. And it's not really the taxes or the politics of downtown Seattle. Do you buy that?
There's a lot of turbulence and headwinds, and I do think Seattle is in a unique position relative to many other major metros. If you look at the top 30 major metropolitan areas in the U.S., you know, we're near the bottom when it comes to job growth over these last 4 years. So, yes, certainly COVID and shifts in how tech companies are hiring and investments in AI and layoffs and inflation and national and global turmoil that has created a lot of uncertainty economically are factors, but those are factors that other cities are facing as well, and many of those cities are growing jobs, and Seattle hasn't.
Mayor Wilson has a tough road ahead of her, and much of this budget deficit, of course, she inherited. And again, as I mentioned, it's nearly $500 million. If you were across the table from her, what solutions, other solutions or advice would you give to her, in your opinion, that could solve this?
Well, first, I think we have to acknowledge the realities here is that the city doesn't have a budget deficit. They have more revenue than they had last year, more revenue last year than they had the year before. What they have is a spending problem, and they've spent beyond those revenues. You can get new revenue. You can grow the tax base by making Seattle just a fabulous place to do business. And by filling spaces in downtown Seattle, whether it's office space or ground floor, that produces more tax revenue. We think that's the strategy. Grow the pie. Make this place the best place to do business, the easiest place to open a restaurant or a retail outlet. We've got lots of empty office space in downtown, nearly 20 million square feet of vacant space. And, you know, that's not a great deal for those folks that own those buildings, but it's not a great deal for Seattle residents either, because the value of those buildings is about half of what it was just 4 or 5 years ago. And so that property tax burden really shifts to residents. Those buildings were paying a lot more 5 years ago to contribute to city property taxes, but also school district property taxes and the county and state property taxes than they are today. And that property tax burden shifts to residents. So if you care about affordability, you ought to care about downtown Seattle having a high vacancy rate, and we should be working every day to lower that rate, make downtown attractive for companies to locate here, to fill those spaces, to raise the value of those properties.
Mamdani's solution in New York. Ah, man. This guy is such a low IQ, man. It's so easy to see through his plans. Mamdani's going around saying that the foundations of the buildings are collapsing and he needs to evacuate apartment buildings and things like that. And he is going to use office space to house all of these people. Yeah, he needs to use homeless people to fill in these offices that are being vacated because of the high taxes in New York and all the big businesses leaving New York. Don't worry. I wouldn't be surprised if Seattle starts doing that as well. Yeah, just take the homeless and put them in the office spaces because, well, the office cannot be filled by corporations because they keep getting taxed the shit out of them. All the profits go out the window with too much taxing. Let me ask you something. Have you ever been a business owner? This is not a commercial. I don't do commercials. At least not until if I get a sponsor, which it won't happen right now. But if I take a sponsor, then it will be a commercial. But this is not a commercial. Have you ever owned a business? If you say yes, how easy is it to own a business? Go ahead, hope and peace. You be the first one. Give me your opinion. You say I'm lying, but I don't know what the hell you say I'm lying about. I'm asking a question. How is that lying? I know, I forgot. There is a delay. I got you. So go ahead, tell me. Have you owned a business? And was it easy? Tell me why. Matter of fact, I'm running out of time. I'll give you 5 minutes. Let's see if I can have you Call in. If you have the balls, of course, to do it. If you have the balls to call in only if you have a business, if you think it's easy or hard. Just tell me. Max says it's a fucking nightmare. Yeah, it is, bro. It is. All right, go ahead. If you own a business, now, guys, I'm running out of time, so take advantage. Whether you're Republican, Democrat, I don't care. If you own a business, I want you to tell me the experience. I want you to give me the experience of what it's like to own it. I'll give you 5 minutes. I figure we do 5 minutes. We can probably take at least 5 callers before 4 to 5 callers. Hey, Gino, bring that shit down a couple of notches. Don't please. I don't want to block you forever, bro. Don't do that shit. Go ahead, call me. Have you ever owned a business? Was it easy? And how do you keep it successful? Come on. Thank you, Mr. Reed. Appreciate that, brother. Love my veterans, man. You guys are phenomenal. You guys are phenomenal. I say my veterans because not everybody it's a true veteran. There might be an echo on that one. Not every veteran has maintained their oath that they made when they enlisted. Sure. Okay, Gino, have a good one, bud. Go find something better to do with your time. Go find the Libtard channel and support them. Give them all of your love. Last night I went to a Libtard channel. Just, call me Uncle Juan. There you go. Uncle Juan. There you go. No, Uncle Tomas. Tío Tomas. General, you're very borderline. Yeah, there's nothing wrong by voting by mail as long as you can prove citizenship. Yeah, some people will get to vote by mail, guys. Don't give down. Oh, what happened? What the fuck? I opened the lines and all the libtards left. What happened? Yeah, well, then fuck you guys then. Fuck you very much. All you cowards left. Unbelievable. Every time. Never fails, bro. Once I open up the phone lines, all of the libtards just run away. I don't understand why. Anyways, just to summarizing, President of Mexico suing us for their criminal illegal aliens dying over here while we were providing some free health care for them. Native Americans had thousands of enslaved African Americans. They owned plantations and used Indian and African American slaves to work them. 5 Indian tribes were on the side with the Democrats or the Confederacy. Summarizing here, just summarizing. Natives, the 5 tribes that were enslaving and conquering land and enslaving their own people, were forced by the white man to free them and to give them a place in their reservations. Russia helped us free the slaves. True. It's true. It's true. Native American tribes, our Indian tribes, sold their land. Now they want it back and call it stolen. It's too late for that. A deal is a deal. Summarizing, Barack Obama's fail of a deal. Check this out. I'm gonna read it for you. I don't wanna mess up the information around here. You gotta pay attention. This is the summary right here. The United States, you can Google this. How much interest did the United States pay Iran for the nuclear deal? Here we go. The United States paid Iran roughly $1.3 billion in interest as part of the $1.7 billion settlement finalized in January 2016. You know how much the principal was? Hammerman, for once. Yeah, that's right. Respect to Russia. Do you know, okay, how many? Just put it in here. How much was the principal? The overall payout was $1.7 billion. How much was the original principal that Iran deposited into the U.S.? You ready for this? $400 million. Now, I will say this, if it's a country that loves us and, they're investing and great things are happening, I would honor that interest. But for somebody that has been saying death to America, moi, and toi, there will be no interest paid. Fuck you very much, but no interest will be paid. That's just my opinion. $400 million. Of course, after 3-4 decades, I get it. A lot of money in there, but they don't deserve it. They're terrorists. And that right there should have told whoever was in the administration at that time, they don't deserve that interest. Fuck that. That's our money. This financial settlement was negotiated alongside the Iran nuclear deal. That brings me to my next one after this. I guess I'm not done summarizing, but I am running out of time, so I'm going to summarize as much as I can, and I want to give you as much information as I can because today is Happy Friday, the day of information. The truth about slavery in the United States of America. The truth about why we are kicking Iran's ass. Here we go. This financial settlement was negotiated alongside the Iran nuclear deal, but was technically processed as a separate legal agreement to resolve the outstanding Hague Tribunal claim. U.S. officials noted that negotiating the interest down to $1.3 billion, they negotiated very good, didn't they? Saved taxpayers from a potentially much larger penalty if the tribunal had ruled entirely in Iran's favor. Well, thank you for saving us money, you fucking morons. Here is the truth that the libtards don't want to admit. You ready? I said that President Trump was right about getting rid of that dumb-ass deal that Obama signed with Iran. Before I give you the enlightenment that I'm about to give you, if you care about the truth, you're going to stick around. Let me look this up real quick. You guys, we have technology at our fingertips. Here we go. You ready? You ready? Shut up. Stop whining about the toll. It's not going to be permanent. We're going to kick their ass, period. Here we go. Now, before we start, why don't we go ahead and read a little simple fact. Now, listen to this. Do you guys know how long it takes to build a nuclear facility? Given the conditions out, on an open field, digging, whatever. How long do you think it takes? I'm American. That's what makes me different. And I stand for America. That's right. I never side with foreigners or our enemies. Always side with America. It doesn't matter what the world says. I always side with America. They want to look at us like the bad wolf. I side with America only. Salud, my friends. Stay thirsty. Anywho, here we go. 20 minutes. Comrade says 4 years. Okay. Depending on the facility, construction timelines for Iran's nuclear sites range from several years to over a decade. The initial timeline spans multiple decades due to foreign involvement, pauses, and international conflicts, with individual site histories summarized as follows. Blah, blah, blah. You can look that up. Okay? Look that up. So with that being said, we have Obama's deal. Okay, we gave him $600 million taxpayer dollars, a $1.3 billion interest, and their $400 million, which, by the way, doesn't even add up. We gave him $1.7 billion. For those who don't know how to do numbers, I have problems doing numbers, but if you don't know how to do math at all, there's a lot more hundreds of millions of dollars in just $1 billion. Man. Anyway, just do some math, okay? We gave them too much money, I think. They gave us $400 million. We gave them $1.7 billion. Okay. All right. With that being said, okay, so it takes over a decade to build a nuclear facility. Now, why do I say that the Barack Obama's Iran deal was horrible? And I agree with President Trump to get rid of it. You know why? It wasn't doing shit. And I took a call. What was it? Wednesday, right? The live that I did in my car. Was it Wednesday? I can't remember. One of the callers, right? I had one of the callers. They call in, and I was telling them that the reason why the Obama deal, I don't know if it was yesterday's caller, to be honest, but the reason why Obama's deal was a disaster was because Iran was hiding their nuclear advancement. They were stopping inspectors from going in. And the guy got pissed off at me and be like, you're lying. You're lying. The AEA went over there and they did this and they did that. And I was like, no, man, are you fucking stupid? They continuously blocked inspectors from going in there, and sometimes they will name them a military facility so that they couldn't go in. That was their excuse. And he was adamant, and they're like, you're lying. It's not true. It was this. Okay. With that being said, why don't we read about it? Yes, Iran frequently, not once, not a couple times, Iran frequently restricted or blocked United Nations nuclear inspectors from the International Atomic Energy Agency, the IAEA. Like, I will never remember that. You ready for this? During the Obama administration. chapstick drop. You know how the zinc roofer likes to drop mic on conversations that he has all by himself. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. So, he called me a liar. All the libtards called me a liar. All of them. And they were even chatting on the chat. This guy just owned the host. The host got owned. Oh, shut the hell up. Who's laughing now? Huh? Who's laughing now? Bruh. They frequently blocked inspectors during the Obama's administration. That's how great that Obama deal with Iran was. Yeah. Here's something that you didn't know. Qatar, the Saudi prince, when his father was alive, they asked the United States for help. I get it. They have supported terrorists, Ayatollah, whatever. But you have to understand, this their family. They're all Muslims. They're all Arabs, right? They gotta have some sort of loyalty to each other. And when they disagree, well, they should be allowed to disagree. So the Saudi king asked the United States of America for some help against these terrorist groups. They don't want to be partaking no more, even though they have supported them before. Obama said, no. We're not going to help you with the terrorist. You help the terrorist. We're not going to help you with the terrorist. That was your worst president in American history, Barack Obama. Fuck Obama. So President Trump realized that the Obama deal was a bullshit move, and all they did was give Iran the money that they needed to continue to enrich uranium. There you go. Facts. Iranian Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei publicly declared that foreign inspectors would not be allowed to visit military sites or interrogate scientists, categorizing those facilities as classified and private. You're a liar. You're a liar, says the libtards. Well, I said that. I said, without looking at this fact sheets that I have here, I said inspectors were not allowed to inspect the uranium enrichment, the nuclear capabilities of Iran. And I even said that they named some of the sites military and private so that they couldn't inspect them. There it is. Damn. You know what I'm saying? Chris Messenger, you missed yesterday's live. I showed everybody your hateful comments on my videos. And that is, my friend, why today you get to be kicked by yours truly. Have a good one. We'll see you in 24 hours, libtard. All right. We're doing really good. We're doing really good. Democrats are so far left now. Nancy Pelosi is a moderate. That's funny, bro. That's true. But it is true. It is true. Robert, oh man, how many profiles does this guy have? Let's see. Here, check this out, guys. Now, I gave you guys, if you've been watching, right? I gave you the facts. I give you the truth, and you can search it and you can find it. So Robert Desposito says, Dennis, with your idiocy, how the fuck are you getting so many subscribers? My friend, 80 million people is what I'm trying to reach. 80 million people. And that right, Sergeant Reed. Mr. Reed knows. Reed knows. We are trying to reach the 80 million patriots who voted for Trump. That's how many subscribers we want to have on this channel. And I guarantee you that none of those people think that I speak idiotic things. Well, yeah, some of them really are. It's just for entertainment. But when I'm speaking facts, you look like a dumbass. Just that hey, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Ah, man. Prior to and during the 2015 nuclear agreement negotiations, the IAEA reported that Iran continuously stonewalled probes into the possible military dimensions of its nuclear program. You don't say. Dennis Herrera is always lying. What are you saying? What are you saying? Critics of the JCPOA argue the agreement did not allow for truly unfettered, anytime, anywhere inspections. Instead, it featured a managed access process that gave Iran up to 24 days to contest and delay inspection requests at undeclared sites. Now, why am I reading this for you? President Trump, okay, we reached a deal. Told you so. They're signing it right now. And they renege on that deal. Peace treaty. They're signing it right now. Told you so. Oh, they broke that peace treaty. Iran's terrorist regime supporting the Ayatollah, the Houthis, Hezbollah, Hamas. It's no joke. Listen, as low IQ as they are, they're still dangerous. They can still cause some harm. Now, while I believe that the United States of America can just annihilate every single one of them, they have a card that, well, we really can't trump. No pun intended. We really can't trump it. And that is that we got to kill millions of Iranian Muslim terrorists. We just can't. The world has been played out to say genocide, genocide, Islamophobic. Fucking retards. But I do appreciate life. I do cherish life. I understand why President Trump doesn't want to destroy these fools completely. I understand. Can't believe how many ignorant people we have in the States. 47% out of 717 people voted that we live on stolen land. You might want to rewind and restart this live and pay attention, because I gave you all of the answers to your questions. This is not stolen land. The white men did not enslave people before Indians. I'm telling you, you got to go back. Go back to the beginning of this life, okay? And it is what it is, guys. But I'm glad to see that the majority of the people are still have common sense. Now, with that being said, the Iranian terrorist regime has been breaking treaties. They still say death to America, death to Trump, and death to America. All of us, 80 million Americans, they want dead. I don't know about you, but I'd rather have millions of terrorists being killed than 80 million American lives being taken. That's just me. What a fool I am. Can you believe that? What a fool I am to think of my country first before anybody else's. That's just how the cookie crumbles. Guys, I have to go and renew my license. Happy Friday. It's been a pleasure as always. I know I want to show you more stuff. But you know how it is, man. This is our entertainment. I know I'm just a couple hours today. But I love you all. The libtards, they will never leave. I'd be surprised if some of them change their minds. There is no common sense on the leftist brains. All socialist males are pussies. All of them. They have those manginas on. They're too big. Too big to rig. You libtards are all a bunch of pussies. I hope that one day you see the light and stop being a pussy. That's the beauty of it. That you don't have to be a libtard. There's still a chance. Remember, nobody knows you. You can just go on our side. Nothing to be embarrassed about. You know what I'm saying? All right. Hey, listen. Learn history. Learn to appreciate this country. I'm telling you, man, my heart melts and breaks for this country. I'm so proud to be an American. What a privilege. You should be doing the same. So I want you to think about your families. Think about what country gives you the freedoms that we have in this country. And then you learn to appreciate it. Till next time, man. God bless you. God bless your family. God bless the USA. Thank you guys for the supers. I appreciate it. You know, every time. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.